Hey friends, welcome back to the Gentleman's Journey. Guys, in this one it's going to be a little bit different from our traditional video. You know, we're not reviewing boots or looking at any type of gear. Today I want to talk to you about living a life that's worth living, guys. So I have an awesome example in my grandpa. Now, I never met this man, but I have the history on him and I can't wait to share this with you guys. So we're going to go along to a special place to me over here in Wyoming, and we're going to talk about becoming better gentlemen, and if we can't live a life with purpose. Now, that's not to say, friends, that I won't tell you what boots I'm wearing today. Of course, I'm rocking these really cool Levi's. I got my favorite Magellan shirt, my American flag bandana, and then of course the Frank's Riker ATs. You know, with this important of a mission, I got to make sure I'm well suited for the occasion. Well, friends, I made it to the top. Now, guys, I am winded and I've been getting my steps in, so I'm not completely out of shape. I've been getting 8,000 to 10,000 steps in a day, and this elevation gain, you can see my truck way back there. This is just a hint of what I'm talking about living a life worth living, man. Getting out there, tackling life. I brought you guys up here because this is really, really special to me. You saw those wildflowers coming up. We're over here in the Bighorn National Forest, over here in Wyoming, and it is just God's country. It changes you, man. There's something out here that it just puts life in perspective. And so I'm going to talk to you guys now about my grandpa, the kind of man he was. But we're going to head that way into the woods. That's Grouse Mountain. I saw some grouse last time I was here, so with any luck, we'll go find some. Well, friends, we made it. Now let me tell you, this is a place my grandpa would like. I know that because I like it and my dad would like it. Now again, friends, I never knew my grandpa, and he died when my dad was really young. But let me tell you, he was a man with ambition. So much so that all of his family was in Kansas. He was one of many brothers who branched off, left the family farm, and went out to Colorado to do mining. Now he ended up having a business partner, and the two of them were there mining over by Golden, Colorado, when the mine blew up. Now, I've heard this story my whole life from my dad, and luckily recently I was able to get a newspaper clipping off of a little booklet that one of my family members put together in a big kind of family history situation. So guys, we're gonna read that with you, and I just encourage you to hang on. Again, some of these things can feel a bit boring, but right now we're reaching in. It's important to me, and as the subscribers, I hope it'd be a little bit important to you. But the life lesson here, guys, is a man who is pursuing something greater. He was trying to build a life for himself. And I think now more than ever, we as gentlemen need to hear that. And so on the Gentleman's Journey, you know, I'm always talking about boot and gear and different kind of quality products so we can get out of consumerism, all in the heart of becoming better gentlemen. Now, friends, I'll always press you guys to press into the Lord, and I think that's where you're going to become your ultimate gentleman. But I think stories like this can really encourage us to get out there, get off the couch, as they say, and really pursue a life worth living. Now, hang on with me, guys. Let's get into this story a bit. Richard Herman Voschultz, 1918, was born in Morris County. He died in 1957 in South Platte, Colorado. His wife was Pauline Alice Cross. A newspaper article in the Denver, Colorado Post, January 31st, 1957, reported his death. Now here it is, guys, the story with him and his mine partner. Richard was killed in a dynamite explosion at the Madonna open pit 2 miles northeast of South Platte in Jefferson, Colorado. The blast occurred while 3 men, Richard, Mr. Hollingsworth, and Harold Plunkett, were dynamiting for feldspar, a mineral used in the production of glass and steel. Hollingsworth told the deputies that 7 charges had been set in the rock face. He said only 6 went off, and he thought that the fuse had burned out of the 7th. As the 3 went back to reset the last charge, it exploded. Richard, standing directly over the charge, was blown 25 feet in the air onto the mine shelf. Plunkett, standing near Vaschultz, was thrown against the side of the mine, and Hollingsworth was blown back to the mine entrance. Mrs. Plunkett, who rides the truck with her husband, was just walking into the pit when the dynamite went off. Her screams attracted several employees of the Eagle Mining Company who were working nearby. They helped get the men from the mine. Efforts to get Richard to Colorado General were delayed when a private ambulance from Denver went into the ditch and overturned. Richard, meanwhile, had been loaded into a station wagon and taken from the mine to Colorado Highway 67, where he was transferred to an ambulance from Castle Rock. Slick, snowy roads further slowed the ambulance trip to Denver. The mine was owned by International Minerals Chemical Corp of Denver, but Hollingsworth and Vaschultz had leased it for the past 5 months. They had mined an average of 100 tons of feldspar a week. Now, friends, again, put it in perspective. My grandpa was supposed to stay in Kansas, stay on the farm, but he had really big dreams of being an entrepreneur, of owning his own business, of mining. So he had a business partner. They set off these charges. 6 out of the 7 went. They went back in to reset it. My grandfather was standing over the top of that. Meanwhile, his son, my dad, his daughter, his wife, everybody's back home. You know, he's there providing for them, trying to make a life for them, trying to imagine that one day maybe his grandchild could do something great. So he had this determination, and he goes back in to reset the charge, and boom, it knocks him back, knocks the other guy back. The wife, reportedly, of one of the other gentlemen is coming in the entrance, and she screams. Nearby mine staff see the incident. They start getting people. They put him in an ambulance. My grandpa, he goes down the road. That one overturns. They put him in a station wagon, get him a little bit further to Castle Rock, get him into another ambulance, and then he died along the way. Now, friends, I sure hope that you and I don't die along the way. Don't die for what matters to us. Just like so many servicemen and women, police officers, all kind of public servants do day in, day out. But I want us to not be afraid to pursue that. If there's something that God's calling you to, if there's something that charges you, ignites you, and pushes you to be your better man, I just encourage you today to live into that. Now, guys, I'm going to leave you with one more thing before I hike my butt back down to the bottom of Grouse Mountain over to my pickup, and that's this scripture. Now, I told you guys, one thing that I'm going to always push you into is that to become a better gentleman along the gentleman's journey. Don't forget, this is my gentleman's journey, and you guys are coming along with. I want to go up together, not just by myself, but I'm capturing it, and you guys are seeing it in the process. You know, to be a better man for ourselves, be a better man before God, be a better man for our wife and our kids, and whatever the situation is for you, for the people that you surround yourself with. And this scripture really encourages me in that. Philippians 4:8-9. Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence, if there is anything worthy of praise, think about these things. What you have learned and received and heard and seen in me, practice these things, and the God of peace will be with you. Now, friends, who doesn't want the God of peace to be with them? So, guys, I just encourage you to press into that a little bit more. You know, let me know in the comments if this story meant something to you. It sure did to me, and I'd love to hear from you guys. You know, we got a lot of great boot reviews and stuff like that coming your way, but along the process, we're going to mix in some of this stuff. see if we can't become a better gentleman. So guys, until the next video, hey, don't forget to give those boots some love from time to time.